Welcome back to Sports News now. Nigeria inched closer to winning their third consecutive title at the ongoing Copa Lagos Beach Soccer Tournament. Super Sand Eagles continued their impressive run as they defeated Lebanon 10-9 to remain top of the standing. Ikechukwu Ibenegu bagged a hat-trick, while goals from captain Ishaka Olawale and Victor Tale ensured Nigeria secured a vital win against the Asians. Lebanon captain Hassan Fatal was the star of his team as he scored 3 goals in the encounter. Nigeria will face African champions Senegal in the final games on Sunday.
Yes, it was in. Goodness me, it's gone through the net. 15 in total. Oh yes, it's in. And it's that man Fatal. Well, he loves his left foot, but that was with his right foot. What a strike that was.
Also in football, but outside Nigeria, Manchester City put a dent, a huge one, in Arsenal's title ambitions to move 3 points behind the Premier League leaders. Sergio Aguero volleyed City in front before Theo Walcott levelled for Arsenal. Alvaro Negredo restored City's lead, and Fernandinho curled in to extend City's lead. Walcott gave the Gunners hope again, but David Silva turned home a blinder, and Fernandinho got a second before Per Mertesacker handed in the third for the Gunners. But the 2011 and 2012 champions got a sixth from Yaya Touré's penalty after James Milner was fouled in the dying seconds.
It was its first goal for Manchester City, and it was a gift. Ozil. Ramsey. Walcott. 3-2.
Meanwhile, Ramirez scored his first Premier League goal of the season as Chelsea moved within 2 points of leaders Arsenal with a narrow 2-1 win over Crystal Palace at Stamford Bridge. Now Leon Osman, Gareth Barry, Seamus Coleman and Kevin Morales got on the score sheet as Everton moved back into the top 4 with a resilient 4-1 victory over Fulham. And in other results, Jay Rodriguez put the finishing touch to a wonderful move as Southampton held Newcastle to a 1-1 draw at St James Park. Peter Whittenham's second half winner moved Cardiff 4 points clear of the bottom 3 and inflicted a 4th straight defeat on West Brom. Back here in Nigeria, as the maiden National Youth Games draws closer to an end in Abuja, Delta State has extended its lead at the top of the medals table. Delta has 18 gold, 8 silver, 7 bronze medals, a total of 33 medals. Abia State is second with 8 gold, 5 silver, 7 bronze, a total of 20 medals. Akwa Ibom State is third with 8 gold, 4 silver, 4 bronze, a total of 16. Katsina State is breathing down the necks of Akwa Ibom with a total of 13 medals comprising 8 gold and 5 silver, while Plateau State completes the top 5 with 6 gold, 4 silver and 5 bronze, a total of 15 medals. Okay, and that's it on Sports News. On the foreign scene, the body of the late former South African President Nelson Mandela has arrived in his ancestral home in Kunu in the Eastern Cape region of South Africa for the final leg of its journey. Large numbers of people have turned out en route to the location to pay their respects as the procession passes by. A state funeral will be held for Mr. Mandela tomorrow. He died on Thursday, December the 5th, after a long battle with a recurring lung infection.
Nelson Mandela's body was flown on Saturday, December the 14th to South Africa's Eastern Cape region in preparation for a state funeral scheduled for Sunday, December the 15th in his ancestral village. Mourners lined up along the streets of Ntata to welcome and pay tribute to the late former South African president when his body passed through on its way to Kanu. Outside the airport, there was heavy security with armored vehicles taking position and South African Defence Force soldiers patrolling the area. Earlier on Saturday, the ruling African National Congress, ANC, held a ceremony honoring the anti-apartheid hero. In a farewell ceremony attended by South African President and ANC leader Jacob Zuma, his deputy Kgalema Motlanthe and former President Thabo Mbeki, Mandela's coffin draped in the green and yellow ANC flag was loaded onto a C-130 plane before departing to his final destination.
Tomorrow we'll be saying a final goodbye to Madiba, and I'm sure many of us will be there. We'd like to say to Madiba, go well, Tata. We have played your part, we have made your contribution. We'll always remember you, we'll always keep you in our hearts. We'll always learn from your lessons.
The ANC send-off came after 9 days of intense and emotion-charged mourning and memorial activities held in Johannesburg and Pretoria. This included 3 days of lying in state at the Union Buildings in Pretoria from Wednesday, December the 11th to Friday, December the 13th, in which more than 100,000 people queued for hours to say a last personal goodbye to the nation's first black president.
And also in Africa, but a tragic occurrence of a suspected grenade attack on a minibus in Kenya's capital today that killed at least 4 people near a Somali-dominated area of the city. The blast hit the 32-seater bus near the east suburb, which is home to thousands of ethnic Somalis. The Kenyan Red Cross said on its Twitter feed that 15 injured people had been taken to hospital. Last year, a series of such attacks in and around the Eastleigh area of Nairobi were blamed on Somali's Al-Shabaab Islamist group. The group staged an assault on a Nairobi shopping mall in September this year that killed 67 people. And the main news again. Security forces have killed 8 suspected insurgents in Borno State. The Nigerian army has recruited 5,890 soldiers in its fight against insurgency in the country. Another political alliance has emerged ahead of the 2015 elections, and Nelson Mandela's coffin has arrived at his ancestral home in Kunu ahead of tomorrow's funeral. That's it on the news at 10 tonight. Thank you so much for watching. I am Olumide Macaulay. Do have a good evening.